What's the deal, YouTube? What's going on, man? It's your boy Machiavelli Mills. I'm back once again talking about the media's relationship to sports. Me and my dog, a lot of my conversations, a lot of my videos come from conversations that I have with my boy. Me and my dog Melvin, we have a lot of thought-provoking conversations, and we talk about so many different things. And last time we talked about how it's become so popular for people to just hate the media. Just throw the media under the bus and blame the media for everything that occurs in sports, for everything that they don't like about sports and so many different perspectives. They just blame it all on the media. Some even go as far as saying, why do we need the media? What is the media's place here? The media just disrupts the game. It spoils the game. It spoils sports in general. And they act like we just don't need, the media is useless for so many different reasons. And I beg to differ. So much, man. It's when people say stuff like that, I don't think people actually think about everything that the media does and the purpose that the media serves and how it helps us for all the things that we like to do, right? So many of y'all like to watch sports debate shows. That's media. That's media. And those sports debate shows tell us about the superstars that are coming up, that are on the verge of rising and ascending to national prominence, especially when those young players that are becoming superstars, they play in smaller markets. There's a reason why people were talking about the Greek Freak before everybody else was. We knew about him because the sports pundits on TV, all these sports aficionados were bragging about him and talking about his skill set and how phenomenal of a player he was, even though we weren't watching him because the Milwaukee Bucks was not a team that was just on TNT every single day. So they were telling us about the guys to look out for. They were telling us about the Zion Williamsons and all the other young talent that is spewing in the NBA right now. They were Trae Young. They were telling us about all these other Luka Doncic. We wouldn't know about these individuals if it wasn't for the media. So I hate when people say, oh, what's the purpose of the media? First of all, bro, they got a job to do just like everybody else does. Their job is to talk to these players and get their perspective on things so they can come straight from the horse's mouth, because those things make their articles more credible. It's not just all opinion based. They have facts and quotes from these players. And it gives it gives fans an inside look at the type of person that their favorite player is, how they think, how they work out, all these different things. The media is responsible for that because they go out and get they create this content for us to consume. So I hate when people say, oh, the media is useless, the media is this and that. Oh, why do we even need the media? Fam, are you serious? Why do we need the media? The media is huge. If it wasn't for the media, we wouldn't give a damn about watching these sports shows all the time. We wouldn't be so intrigued to watch these matchups. We wouldn't be so intrigued to watch, LeBron versus Kobe when Kobe was still playing. We wouldn't be so intrigued to watch LeBron versus Kevin Durant because these individuals build these matchups up. They build these players up so we can have something to talk about and something to enjoy for entertainment purposes. Not just in basketball and football. They talk about these teams and this team being a contender and this team being a team that has the potential to knock this team out. And they give us this analysis for us to consume and for us to make content off of. I'm in the media field just by doing these. I'm not a professional media member, but they give me content to talk about. They give all these other YouTubers and all these other journalists and all these other just regular fans. What do y'all think that barbershop conversation comes from? So many people didn't even know about certain coaches and certain players and all of that. But the media gave these individuals attention. They gave a story like Brad Stevens. Like, nobody watched Butler, but they saw it because the media was displaying this on TV. They were displaying Butler on TV, and they were interviewing Brad Stevens. They were doing segments about Brad Stevens and his Butler team to show you what he was doing with the team that was getting 2-star players, to show you how spectacular he was. So for all the hate the media gets, and people say, oh, they stir up the pot, they create all this negative energy around players. No, they don't. Yes, some things can be misconstrued. Some words can be twisted up. But essentially, these are the players saying these things out of their own mouths, and then we're left to either speculate what they meant by it, or we just talk about exactly what they said and analyze it. That's what the media does. So I hate the fact that everybody is trying to villainize the media members. And like I said, maybe I feel personal about it just because, I aspired to be a professional media member one day, and I went to school for journalism and mass communication. Maybe I feel that type of way just because of that. But at the same time, no, because I just, as a person, even if I wasn't in the media field, I just don't like how people just blame the media for everything and act like it's just useless in society. The media has been around forever, and it's not going anywhere. If you don't like media, go back to the days where you had to wait 2 days to watch a game that happened on Tuesday. You had to wait to watch it today on Thursday. Watch a game that happened on Tuesday. So that it kills me. And when players act like they can't stand the media is the reason why they're getting so much money that they're getting right now, because of these TV deals that they have with these big time networks, TNT and ABC. All these TV deals is getting more money for the players, making their pockets fatter, because the media is always displaying their talents across the board and creating shows to get them the type of exposure that they would like to have and become household names. Period. So I don't understand how people try to act like, the media is all bad and it's just something that we don't need. Players need the media especially for the narrative that they're trying to push. Now, it doesn't always work in their favor. Bad content is created about, or negative content is created about every player, and good content is created about every player. But at the same time, that good content serves well for their brand and makes their image bigger. Period. So I don't get it, man. And even us, we watch these players and we anticipate all these matchups. The damn Super Bowl is so broadcasted. Women don't even know some women don't even know who's playing in the Super Bowl. I'm not going to generalize all women and say they don't know about sports and they don't know about football, but a lot of them don't even know who the hell playing in the game. But they're going to watch the matchup because it's broadcasted everywhere, and that puts money in the pockets of these owners, these players, because people are watching these games because it's deemed as something important, whether it's through the advertisement, all the commercial ads that everybody wants to have an ad during the Super Bowl, or the halftime show performances, all of those things, man. So don't act like the media is just something that just spoils sports. It makes sports even better, because if it wasn't for the media, we wouldn't be so intrigued to watch these games and go out and see these players. We wouldn't be intrigued to buy the merchandise from these different teams and stuff like that, because when we see these teams and we see them being good on television, or we display the uniforms, and we have when the media displays uniforms, or they show a team playing on TV, and they create all these segments about a certain player, a certain coach, that makes people gravitate to these sports. So y'all can miss me with all of that, man. It's just certain players get upset when the media doesn't create content that suits their narrative. And I'm going to start from even my favorite player, from LeBron to Kyrie to Kevin Durant. A lot of these players are like that, so it's give and take with the media. The media does great for a player's image, and it does bad. It has some negative. They get negative press and good press. So, and for all the negative press that a person gets, it's 4 or 5 times good press about that individual. So y'all can miss me with that, man. The media is needed in sports, and stop villainizing the media, y'all. Peace.